friends, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course I hope everyone has a great day so far. And of course, if you're new here, you just found me, or maybe you saw me a couple of times, I hope you enjoy what you see also. And if you do and you're not subscribed to the channel, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Of course, for today we are going to use the smaller tumbling towel blocks, and a lot of you already know. Do you want to know the measurement? Go down below in the description box. There you find the measurement from the bigger and the smaller blocks, at least which I use. I have here my container with everything inside. You see it already, but the most important is the wood glue. I have here some paint. Use some paint at your choice because this is just an example. And of course I have my saucer with an old piece of old kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. These are the main pieces we need for this DIY. What we're going to make, we are going to make something with drawers. So we will see how this will turn out. So we're going to start to make a drawer. So we will see how this will turn out. So we have the bottom is 4 blocks wide. And again, you do on the smallest line of the block, you do some glue. And then easy, you just press it together this way and give it some pressure on the outside. Get your wet towel, wipe away the glue, get it off the table, do the back side, turn it over, and again clean it up, and always go back, make sure that you have a straight line. And you know already, a lot of you can do it on the side, press it down with your fingertips, and then you have a straight line also, but you can also use a carpenter square and just place it down. So I have now my bottom. I'm going to get 2 pieces of 5, like this, just 2 rows of 5. And we place our bottom here, and we're going to do them also on the smallest line of the block, and you just simply row them together over here. And this is a number 2, and this one, and of course you can make it as wide as you like. I'm going to go for a little bit of the smaller little drawers, but of course you can make it as wide as you like. You just size up, and most of the time you have to size up with 3. So again, we're going to clean up the top, get it off the table, and we do the back side. We do here the same. Clean up the top, get it off the table, and we do the back side. Of course, if it goes out of each other or what thing, just simply don't use extra glue. At least when you use wood glue, just place it back together again and you're fit to go, because it's very forgiving. Like this. And now you place this one also on the side. We have now 2 rows of 3, and again we do some glue on the side and on this side, row it together, and the last 2, and again squeeze it like this over here, and you get your wet towel again. It's a lot of cleaning because we need to get everything clean where we work with. Again over here, clean it up and do the back side. And now again we go back, make sure that we have a straight line, and we're going to let it rest in for a couple of minutes. So now we get simply our bottom. This is the one of 4. We have now the 2 pieces of 3. We are going to lay them in the length of the table. So we do some glue on the underside, over here a little line like this. And you place it straight up against here. You do here the same, do a little line on the underside over here, and you just simply place it over here. Make sure that everything is fitting nicely. Just press it together and give it a little moment of drying. So now we get the 2 pieces of 5, and of course we can turn it a little piece like this, and we do some glue on the side over here to the down. And we could do the bottom, and we go up again, and we do here the same. You just go down, you do the bottom, and you go up again like this. Very easy to do. Make sure that every piece has a little bit of your glue, and you're going to place it straight up over here, and you place it straight up on this side, and then gently fill it in. Only press on the underside and make sure that everything is in the middle as best as you can. And then we're going to let this dry on the side. So like I told you, we are going to do 2 drawers. So we are going to do another one, the bottom with 4 again, and we just row them together the same like we did with the first one. Press it together, we're going to clean it up this way. And of course the back side, I'm going to go back. Now we do the 2 pieces of 3. And again, the longest, smallest line of the side. And this one over here. Squeeze it, and clean it up. And don't worry, we don't do the cleaning the whole video through, but of course always in the beginning a little. So again, press it together, clean it up, get it off the table, and we do the back side. And again, we go back, feel with our fingers that we have a straight line, place it over here, and now the 2 pieces of 5. And again, we do the smallest line of the block over here, and the last row, and this one, and this one. And again, we're going to squeeze it, and like we did with the other one, we're just simply going to clean it up this way and do the back side. We do here the same, squeeze it, do the back side, and we're going to place it over here and make sure, go back, feel with your fingers that you have a nice straight line, and then we're going to let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So again, we're going to take the bottom of 4 and we have our 2 3s, and we're going in the length of the block. We do some glue on the underside, just a little line, and place it straight up. And we do here the same, a little line, and we place it straight up over here, press it together, and press on the underside, not on the top side, but on the underside. Feel with your fingers that you have it smooth on this side and on this side. And then we're going to give it a little moment for settling in. So now we have our 2 pieces of 5, and we go again with our glue. We do the line on the side, and we go under, over here, and we just go up again, this way. And we do here the same, make a line, go to the side, under, and then you go up again. Make sure that you have enough glue, not too much of course. I'm always a person who uses too much of glue. So again, you can turn this of course also around, and we place this one on this side, and we place this one on this side, and gently fill in the open gap on the underside, like this. Feel with your fingers if you're happy with how the shape is looking like, and then turn it. And you're going to let this dry in at least also maybe 10-15 minutes, both of the drawers. So you see now we have 2 little drawers, and of course I show it to you a little bit closer like this. You see already the 1 of 5, the 2 of 3 over here, and the bottom is 4. So it is a very simple little box. You can also use it, and maybe this time you can even see it better on this side. You can use it for maybe organization. You don't have to use it as little drawers. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place them on the side. And of course, I'm going to look from which side is the flattest side. I don't know if there's a word. The flattest. And this bit is one as a flat side. So, and I'm going to get a loose block, because I'm going to use this simple, easy way to make it for a little handle of knob, how you call it. You can of course also do a knob. That's why I place them next to each other. Then I sure that I have them exactly in the same length like this one is. So I'm going to let this dry in for at least a couple of minutes. I place them aside. So now we have our 2 little drawers, and of course we need now a little cubby around it. If you like little cubbies, of course on my other channel I also made recently a little cubby, but with an Easter bunny on top. So you can check that out also. In the description box there you find always the links for the channels I have. So first we're going to start with the bottom is 4 rows of 5, 4 rows of 5. So we do the smallest line of the block again, and we row them very simple together. And with this one is also, when you can size up, you can always make it bigger or wider. You can make 3 drawers, so you can do anything you like, but you just have to size it up. But I like also little pieces where you can decorate with, and it's easy to place anywhere in your decor. You can use it in your kitchen, you can use it in your craft room, you can use it in your children's room, you can use it anywhere. And again, we're going to squeeze it, press it together like this, squeeze at the ending, and this way. And of course, I'm going to clean it up, but I won't bore you with that because I think you already know now how to clean it. So now we're going to turn them this way, and we place 3 of them on the side. That's why we only wait a half minute, because now we can easily fill in the open gaps what we have. And of course, if you are a little bit too late and your open gaps are not getting away anymore, then you can use a little bit of your wood filler or maybe some speckle, how you call it, and fill it up. I always like a little bit more of the rustic style. And again, we're going to gently press from the side and gently fill our pieces in like this. Over here, always go back, make sure that also the side have a nice shape. And we're going to get our wet towel, do it fast and place it straight up. Always do it fast, and if it breaks, doesn't matter, just glue it back together again. See, mine is also getting out of each other, but it doesn't matter. Now I can clean up the back side. I'm going to go back, make sure that everything is fitting in nicely the way I want to. And then we're going to let this dry in. So again, I'm now going to do the middle piece just above our drawers, so that it closes up your drawers. So we have 4 rows of 5 again. So we have our bottom now, and now this will be the in-between piece over here and over here, and just simply roll them together like this. Let me know in the comments down below if you are also making a little drawers and the cubbies and that kind of pieces. I would love to know, because on Pinterest, on YouTube, there are so many beautiful creators. So if you don't like this, totally fine. Go check them out because they have amazing projects. So you don't have to like what I do. So, and if you want to do it not step by step, then you of course are here at the wrong place, because I always do it step by step. So everyone can make it together at the same time with me. At least that's what I always hope. Maybe or ever in the future I'm going to do it live, but I don't know, my English is so bad. So there are days that it goes perfect, but there are days which it doesn't go perfect at all. So I'm still a little bit, yeah, not a bit terrified, but at least I I don't know how you call it in English. That's what I mean already. If you are live, you have to talk through, and now I can, if I don't like this video, at least the way I talked at it, then I can remove it. But most of the time I don't, because you have to take me the way I am. I am a Dutch lady and I'm not English from myself. So I always say, if you look at the hand, you can see what's done, and then you can always turn out the sound. So you don't have to listen to me if you don't like my English. And again, we're going to press it together, and we're going to give it a half minute dry, not more. So now we're going to turn them this way again, and we place them on the side for a little bit of glue on the tops. We do it over here. And the last. And we place it down. And number 4. Go back, feel with your fingers and gently fill it in from the side on. Press it together like this. And when you're happy with the shape, always go back and do also the side, because you saw already it goes out of each other, but it doesn't matter because you can always go back and press it together. If you're happy with the shape, then you're going to clean it up, and we're going to try to place it on the side, clean up the back side, and of course we do this side. And now we have time to let it rest. So now we're going to do the top of our little cubby, and of course we have again 4 rows of 5. So we have the bottom is the same, and I will tell you a little secret. If I am correctly, also the sides will be in the 5. So we're going to make a lot of pieces in the 5. So, but at the end, you will see the result, how it turned out. And of course, also bad blocks we are going to use in our DIY, because we don't throw it away. It's always a waste of your blocks. We always have to make it work. And the last, and again, we're going to squeeze them this way, and we do here the same. Squeeze it, and here, and the last one. And of course, we're going to clean it up and let it dry in for ½ minute. So also with this one, we are going to place it on the side. Do 3 of them. We're going to do up, and we're going to do some glue on the top side. Place it down, and we do this one. Over here, place it down, and the last. This way, and we're going to fill it in gently, fill in the open gaps as best as you can, and go back to the sides to make a straight line. If you're happy, you're going to clean it up, and of course we're going to try to get it straight up. And now we're going to do the back side, and we're going to let this dry in also. So now we have our 3 pieces, the bottom, the middle piece, and the top for our cubby. Now we're going to do the sides, 2 sides. So now we're going to use the sides. I have to set you a little bit better this way. I have 6 rows of 5, 6 rows of 5, and again we do the blocks on the table, and we just do the smallest line of our block on the side, and then row them together. And you can make it, of course, as high as you like. I'm going to do it 3 high, but you can do it, of course, a little bit higher. And this way, over here, and you can do it 8 high, 8 high, not 8 high, but I'll do the 3 layers blocks high. But you can do it, of course, 4 rows high. You see it in a moment, don't worry. But you can size it up any way you like. And this way, but like I told you, I want to have a little bit like a little cubby. And this one, and we just simply squeeze them together this way. We're going to squeeze it. Do here the same, and with this one, and this one, and then always at the end, give it some pressure over here to make it a little bit more sturdy. And again, I'm going to clean it up and let it dry in for only ½ minute. So now we're going to turn them this way and this way. We're going to place this on the side. We do some glue on the top. Over here, we do here the same. Place it on the top. And this way, we do here the same. Again, some glue on the top. Be sure that you have a little bit of glue everywhere. And we do the last one. And over here, we're going to row them together like this. And this one. And now we have 2 little planks, which will be our sides. And like I told you, can do a piece of 4 extra over here. But make sure that always keep in mind that the back side also needs to be that height. And it takes a lot of your blocks. Because if you want to do it a little bit more on the budget side, then I would say do it 3 high. But it's totally up to you. I'm going to clean it up. And I'm going to carefully try to, and you see already, he's not going to work with me, and that's also DIYing. Just press it together again, press it this way, and we go place it back, and then simply place it back together again, and then you're going to give it a minute, and then we're going to turn it. Maybe the other one works fine, but sometimes it falls out of each other, but it doesn't matter. Just clean it up. And I'm going to look for that I have it in a straight line, because you see already I want to have a straight line on the ending, and that's not right now, and I really want that. So it is a little bit tricky to work with, but we get there. So again, we're going to let this dry in for at least 10-15 minutes. So now we're going to make our back side, and our back side will be 3 rows of 13. So 3 rows of 13, and I hope I have it correctly, but you will see that in a moment if I'm right or not. It's always DIY, you can make mistakes. So we go 3 rows, like I told you, from 13, because we need to close it on the back side. And of course, you don't have to close it. You don't have to do the back side. If you like it open, it's also fine too. So you don't have to do it. And use the little drawers loose from each other. So again, this is already one. Over here. And of course, you can also make 4 drawers and then place 2 extra on top of there. So if you want to use them for some coffee pads or maybe some tea little bags, so you can use it for different purposes. And again, the last over here. And it's always, for me, the same like for you, it's always something new how it will turn out, because I always make it on the spot and I have no idea how it will turn out. I just count and I look for if it will work or not. So again, you're going to squeeze it, and at the end, give it some pressure. Make sure that you go from the inside to the outside. Everything is already sticking nicely, and then give it some pressure. It can pop out. Don't worry about it. Just place it together again and then squeeze it again. So it is no problem. Again, we're going to clean it up. Of course, from this side, you see already, my blocks are really crooked. This one is so much bigger than the other one. So I think I'm going to remove this one because he is really too small. And that's really not a great side in between your piece. Is there really a block which is so bad, then I always recommend place it out of it, because then your backside is not always, and you can clean it up and use it later for another different project. So again, this one, and of course we have to place this one straight up. Clean up your mat and then place it back and do the back side. And this time I'm lucky that he stays in place, but I have many times that it also breaks, so don't worry. And now we do the last one. And we do now the back side also. And now we're going to go back, make sure that we have a nice straight line. You can place it straight up, of course, also if you want to have a straight line. So you can do it this way and then press it down with your fingertips and make sure, or you have your carpenter square, is also fine. And again, you will do here the same. Place it straight up, press it down like this and place it down, and always press extra at the ending. And now we're going to let it dry in for only a half minute. So now we place this one on the side, this one on the side, and we're going to do some glue on the top side. Just make a little small line over here, and don't forget a little piece, because all the blocks need a little bit of glue. That way your work is, of your piece, is getting the best. Again, you place it over here and you place it over here, and then gently you're going to press it together like this. Fill in the open gaps, go back to the sides, and then when you're happy, just let it dry in. Of course, after you clean it up, you let it dry in for at least 10-15 minutes again. So now we have our bottom, we have our 3 rows of 5 over here and our 3 rows of 5 over here. We're going to let this lay down. First one, we're going to do some glue on this side, just a little small line over here, and we place this one. We turn our bottom this way and we place it at the ending, but a little bit over the ending, not completely on it, at least with my size of blocks. And if you have the same size that I have, then you have to place it a little over it, but make sure that the sides are straight, like this over here. Now you're going to place it this way. And now we're going to have our 3 pieces. Of course, we have 3 planks of 4 rows of 5, 4 rows of 5. we are going to do some glue on this side, over here. And we place it. Of course, also on this side you need some glue. I almost forgot. And again, we're going to place it at the bottom, over here. Make sure that you have a straight line. Press it lightly together. Feel with your fingers on the underside, like this. Now you have a second one. You do the same. Do some glue on the bottom, over here, and some glue on the side. And if you want to know the measurement, you also can take a little a drawer, and then you can measure out where you want to have it, because you don't want that it is stuck and it doesn't it doesn't come out. So you can easily use your piece as your measurement. Of course, I'm going to place it over here and like this, and I'm going to get my drawer out of here, and I'm going to make sure that I have it in a straight line and press it together to this one. And now we do the last one. Of course, we do some glue on the side, over here, and on the underside, this way. And we place this one on the top, also at the ending, but this time he can fill in, can just smooth on this side. You don't have to stick it over. Only this side sticks a little over. And then go and press it together, like this. Feel with your fingers. Maybe you need to go a little bit to the outside. Feel it. I'm going to feel here also. And now we're going to do the last part. And of course, this one is a little bit more tricky. You need to do, of course, the underside. Of course, the underside needs to be as flat as can be. I see already it isn't, but we do our best this way. And then you have to place it down. You do the top, of course. You do the top over here, and then you need to measure out a little bit closer where you need to make your little line over here. And of course, it's always a little bit tricky and trying, but at the end we will get there. And then you're going to fill it in as best as you can. Feel with your fingers. Always go back. I always say take your time for it, because that's the most important. Always take your time for it. And now you get a nice little box like this. And I'm going to let this dry in for at least an hour. But in the meantime, I'm going to take my small brush and I'm going to remove the glue, which is on the inside, of course, of our box, because we don't want, when we spray painted, everything is under the glue. So always go back, remove the glue pieces with your brush and let it dry in. And always, before you're going to let it dry in totally, always go back and just take a little measurement if it still is getting inside of here, because that's what you want. You don't want that it's totally glued, but now you can easily remove it, move it around. But if is it sticking, then it doesn't. Of course, you see already, you can easily fill in over here. So I'm going to let this dry. So now we're going to get 4 blocks for here and 2 blocks of sets of 2 over here. So we're going to glue this 4 together this way. We just do some glue on the tops, because I want to make kind of a little border on the top that you can easily place something on the top of your little cubby and that doesn't fall off. And of course we have 2 pieces of 2 and we're just going to squeeze them, and again make sure that you have a straight line, and we're going to clean it up. And of course that's always a little tricky, especially when your blocks are not the size you like. Again, we're going to turn it over and do the back side. Turn it over, do the back side. You see already mine is totally crooked. You see it already. This one is already going out of each other. We're going to turn it. And we do this side. And we're going to let this dry in for a little moment. So now I'm going to place my little box over here, and he's looking like this. so far. And of course here we're going to get our drawers, but the top we are going to do some glue. We're going to do this one over here and this one over here. So we're going to first, I'm going to do some glue on this side, on the underside over here. That's why I do it immediately on this piece and a little on this side, and I place it over here. I do here the same, a little on the underside over here, and of course I have to look, and a little on this side, and I'm just going to place it in this way on this side. And now I'm going to do this one on the underside over here, and I'm going to gently make sure that I squeeze it a little in over here. Just make sure that you have this one straight and it's sticking out a little, and this one also at the ending and it's sticking out. And now we're going to do this one, and we're going to make sure that we are fill it in with this one and press it gently, not too hard. Always over here, and this one over here, and just work with it as best as you can until you're happy with the shape. And then you're going to let this dry in for at least also again 10 minutes. So you see already our little cubby and of course our two little drawers. I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to spray paint it. I think I'm going to do mine in the a little bit white color, but still when the wood is coming through a little, because I like that, but it's not maybe your cup of tea. So do any color you like. So I'm going to go to my garage. And you see already, here is my piece, and of course it's still a little bit drying, but you see already he is now in the white color, a little bit of a lighter white color. But of course you see right now the quick impression and how it really turned out. And you see finally a quick impression of my Tumbling Tile Blocks little cubby with drawers. And I'm so happy how this one turned out, especially because it's a small one and you can place it anywhere you like. Of course, I hope you give this one a try. And if you're new here and you like what you see, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. Everyone have an amazing day. See you all in the next one. Bye.